In our shul, we put on the Jewish history timeline, which is from the beginning of creation all the way until the modern day. God promised our forefathers, our patriarchs, our matriarchs, Abraham and Sarah, that the Jewish nation is an eternal nation, and we're going to be here forever. Certainly in today's environment, sometimes it feels a little less comfortable, but we have the promise from then that continued across the millennia. We see the story of Jewish continuity in real time. Nothing can take that away.
I was raised by my grandmother and grandfather. They went through Ellis Island. They were both very young when they came over in those days, and they lost a lot of their family in the Holocaust. My grandfather would not join a temple. They were literally scared. There wasn't a big involvement for me as far as religion. And I married a man that was Protestant. We talked about religion, and he really said basically to me, it's up to you. My son had many, many Jewish friends, and my daughter Laura was also bat mitzvahed. Now, Beth was a different kind of a person.
I don't think that Beth came to our school because she was looking for a Jewish school. We have a good reputation, a deservedly good reputation. And Beth and I walked into the 2-year-old classroom because that was the age of her child. And she points to an alphabet chart that we had on the wall. I remember her saying, "Oh, I see you have the ancient alphabet up there."
Growing up, I attended public school and things like that, and most of my friends were not Jewish, but we went to my aunt's house for most of the major holidays. I did go to Hebrew school for a little while. Then I just, life happened, circumstances happened, and I kind of grew away from that.
When she was growing up, she said, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to be Jewish. I don't know if I want to be Catholic. I don't know what religion I will find.
At the time, I wouldn't say I was really practicing much. I did the main holidays that I think, at least here in America, people tend to do. I was fairly disconnected, kind of tried to keep some of those traditions, and that was about it.
I left it at that. She's enrolled in school, and then the relationship began.
And then she started coming, I think, just, little by little. I think she started maybe with a JLI class and then some women's events. And then when her oldest daughter, graduated from Zimmer, then she said she thinks she wants to start her in Hebrew school. And she just blossomed. It's so cute to see.
Over the past couple of years, I've definitely learned more about Judaism. I think I've grown more confident in my own Judaism, in telling people that I'm Jewish. And I actually had a couple of friends from high school reach out to me. They were like, I had no idea you were Jewish. And then I think learning too from Chabad, because I think it is part of their philosophy, how you can use that to help influence others and to inspire other Jews to maybe reflect inside of themselves of their own heritage.
Every time she goes there, whenever she calls me, whenever I am with her, attending any of the services, I see her bright face light up. I think some people, most of their life, look for something to fulfill them. And Beth found this at the Chabad temple.
There's a Yiddish expression, a pintele yid, which is talking about the inner spark of the neshama, our soul, that even if it's covered, the pintele yid is there. And Chabad very much wants to be there to partner with anyone to help them find and fan the flame of their pintele yid.
My grandfather always said, a temple is where you are. And it's always God will be in your heart. And that's how I have lived my life. I say prayers every evening to God because of what my grandfather instilled in me.
Looking back to my family, really it's been multiple generations of this journey of being forced to leave a Jewish community that my great-grandparents left in the early 1900s and came to America. And then now my children, to my great-grandparents, are able to practice their Judaism here and to be proud of that. And I think they'll grow up a pretty strong generation in knowing who they are.